Thank you to all my channel members, including my fan appreciation level members and my contributor level members, for helping support the YouTube channel. Hello, and welcome to my channel. My name is Jonathan Cohn, and today I have my book review of the book Rise from Ruin by Melissa Olthoff. This is the first book in her new Dragon Core series from Bane Books. If you've been following along the channel, this is part of the Feral for Fantasy initiative that Bane's doing, where they have 5 fantasy books coming out this summer. This is one of those fantasy books, and I've known Melissa for a little while. I met her at some conventions. I actually interviewed her previously just about her general work at a convention, and this book was just announced earlier this year, just a few months ago actually, and so I was really excited when I heard it, and I decided to pick it up. And also I will be having an interview with Melissa that comes out, or at least I think has already come out by the point of this video, and that was a great conversation that we had. So let's talk about what this book is. This is a Griffin writing, dragon writing book. The central premise of this book is that there is this soldier in the Dragon Corps. Her name's Harper Tavros, and she intends to be one of the lead dragon riders who are for this military. The Tennyson military is this the most elite soldiers. They have the most important roles. Without their dragon riders, they would completely lose the war that they're in, and so she's training for that. And at the beginning of the book, her dragon egg gets replaced with a griffin egg, and it's too late for her to realize, and she gets bonded to this griffin, and so she has to switch over to the Griffin Corps. So the entirety of the book is about Harper Tavros bonding with this griffin and trying to be part of the griffins, which are more like the scout and also the shield, as opposed to like the sword, the more epic part of fighting. And so she has to kind of grapple with this new paradigm that she's in. And as such, you continue to go through the military academy with her. You get to see her interactions with the other Griffin riders, who kind of are resentful that she has one of the Griffins now. And you also see her being resentful to the Dragon riders who pulled a prank on her and now put her in this position. And then you also have just seeing the way that this military operates and see the training that they go through. And you see Harper kind of come into her own. She also has her Griffin. Her Griffin, she originally named him something else, but he eventually decides that he wants his name to be Felix, so she calls him Felix. And so Harper and Felix have this great connection in this book, and they have a hilarious dynamic. There are several parts of this that had me giggling or laughing. Melissa Olthoff in real life has a great personality, and she really makes you laugh a lot. And she made me laugh a lot in this book. And she is just has some great hysterical scenes between Harper and between Felix in this book. And so it deals with occasionally some dark stuff, but pretty much it's a very light, fun military academy adventure. If you are someone who has a family member who's been to a military academy, or someone who's been in a military academy, you'll really empathize, and I think that you'll appreciate what she does with the military academy in this book. There were a few other side characters. I thought Dimitri was a very good side character. I thought that Keaton was also a very good side character here. And I do have one major negative, which is the plot. The book, has all the stuff at the academy at the beginning, which is kind of expected. When we got to the middle point of the book, I expected the plot to kick in the middle. And we're still kind of just hanging out, and stuff's happening. In every chapter, something bad happens at the academy, and she's got to find a way to make it better and keep going. And, you just keep having academy. And eventually they switch over to like a different place, but they're still in that academy mindset. And they're still kind of scouting at times, but the plot really hasn't kicked in. And the plot really kicks in at the end of the book, in the last 100 pages, when someone gets captured and the characters have to go and rescue that person. And that was great when the plot kicked in, and I wish it had kicked in 200 pages earlier. Had it that kicked in, that rescue plot turned it into more of a quest than just a quick rescue plot, I think that the book would have been elevated even further up in its greatness, because the characters are great in this book. The military atmosphere is great. The feeling of camaraderie and the themes that are explored in this book and the humor in this book, it's all great. So you have so many elements that are truly top tier, and then you have just a very slow moving plot. And if it had just moved up that plot 150, 200 pages and stretched it out to be more of the book, I think that it would have helped the book be an all-timer. It's a great book. I really had a blast with it, but it could have been an all-timer. And that's where I'm just, in that sense, disappointed. But don't let my disappointment say that it's like discourage you from reading the book, because I think the book's really good, and it's supposed to be the first in a series, and I think that it kind of leads into some stuff that I really like and am excited for. I will point out this cover. It's a gorgeous cover by Pierre. I already butchered the name. I'm going to look it up because I butcher it every time. The cover is by Pierluigi Abbondanza. So Pierluigi did, like, this cover is a 10 out of 10 cover. Well done. This is how they make fantasy covers. This is how they should make fantasy covers. Other publishers take note. Baen always is knocking it out of the park with these covers. And so many elements in this book are just so well done. And it's so sad that the plot just wasn't quite there. I will say that I really enjoyed seeing some redemption for a character. There's a certain character who just is going through the ringer in this book, and that character gets a kind of redemption as well. I really liked that. And there's also the element of this element of, Harper didn't want the Griffin, and she had no intention of having a Griffin. She wanted to have a dragon that she was part of, and they raise these Griffins and dragons from the moment they hatch all the way till adulthood. And so she wanted to raise a dragon because she wanted to ride a dragon, and now that she can't, her Griffin knows that she wanted a dragon. And that's a really interesting theme about the book, about making use of what you have and valuing what you have. And I thought that was really well done here. So much of this book I love. I just have that one problem of the plot. I will also say I didn't like the language in the book. I thought it was excessive. I thought that this book could have been written in such a way that it was like really appealing to YA, and I thought younger adults could read it. The language is what keeps it. Like it's got a few crude references here or there, but kids could handle that. But there's a lot of language, and it's a military academy, and I get in the military people use foul language. Doesn't make it good, doesn't make it right, and mean that you should still write that as an author. But it wasn't as bad as other books I've read, so it could have been way worse. But they're just note going in, it looks like a fun adventure. It is, but it's got some of the foul language that this book feels like a blend of the kind of Dragon Rider fantasy type book that you'd read from Michael R. Miller's Songs of Chaos series, mixed with Elizabeth Moon's Sheep Farmer's Daughter, in particular. That first book from that trilogy, Sheep Farmer's Daughter, if you were to blend those books together, that's Rise from Ruin. That's the perfect analogy for it. So if you enjoyed this book, let me know in the comments section, and let me know what comps you would have for someone else who enjoys this book. What other recommendations? And until next time, I'm Jonathan, and thank you for watching.